Hey, it's Dave. Hope you're doing well. I am here to talk about a book that I've been enjoying a lot. At the end of the year, it's the end of the 2024 calendar year, and a new book has fallen in my lap. And I'm listening to the audio version, and then I went out and bought the hardcover. And it's a great book. My wife and I both have been listening to it, putting it into practice. It's from one of my favorite podcasters, creators, a really great person. Her name is Mel Robbins, and her book is the Let Them Theory. And the book just came out recently, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a book that's going to really help you. And I would recommend the audiobook if you're not a reader. I'm not really a big reader. I like audiobooks because, especially when they're voiced by the author, you really get an inside look and sound to what the author thinks is important for you to hear. And it's really a great audiobook. Mel's got a great podcast as well, the Mel Robbins podcast, and a great creator, somebody that you really should be taking note of. And if you haven't met her yet, then definitely go check out the links in the show notes. You have to go check out Mel. Again, a great person, great story, very relatable. And she really does love her audience. And the Let Them Theory is going to help you to navigate your life and your family and your relationships and all the things that come your way in 2025. So you need a toolbox. You need all the tools to help you live better in 2025 in how you relate to your family, your kids, your partner at work, your friends. Covers a lot. And I really would love for you to check it out. Links in the show notes, as always. Go check them out. And grab a copy. And buy an extra one. And ship it to your friends, your family, your sister, your brother, your parents, your kids. So they have a copy of it as well. I think it's going to open a lot of conversation. And it's going to help you as you navigate your relationships in 2025. So it's called The Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins. And here's Mel just kind of talking a little bit about what you're going to experience through the Let Them Theory book. Here we go.
So I've been using this thing called the Let Them Theory. I love this. I want you to try it. Here's how it works. The next time you feel left out, your friends all go out to brunch together and they don't invite you. Let them. Or maybe the person you're dating doesn't want a commitment. Let them. Or perhaps your spouse does not want to do the 5K with you. Let them. Your company is laying people off. Let them. You spend so much time and energy trying to control other people and getting emotionally worked up about things that are beyond your control. You can tap into peace and true control if you let them be themselves. And here's the other thing. If you let them, people will then reveal who they truly are. And when they reveal who they truly are to you, you now know what you can choose next that's right for you. So let them.
So that's Mel, and a little bit about the book. So the book has actually two main components to them. It's the let them and the let me. And they go together really well, these two pieces of the puzzle. Because if you just follow the let them part of the theory of the book, then you're going to break up with friends and family. You're going to let people walk all over you. Things are going to be kind of not great. But then there's the let me part of it as well, which Mel unpacks for us through her book. And the combination of the two, I think, is the superpower for this book. And again, I would love for you to check it out. Links in the show notes, please check it out. This book is really a refreshing, simple, powerful approach for your own personal growth and empowerment. And at its core, this book revolves around two words, let them, which Robbins presents as a transformative tool for reclaiming control over your life. So the key concept for the book, central premise of the Let Them Theory, is that by relinquishing the need to control others, to control their perceptions of you, their actions towards you, their feelings about you, individuals can significantly enhance their own well-being and relationships. Mel argues that many of our frustrations and limitations begin from giving too much power to external factors and other people's opinions of us. And you'll see this in your family, with your kids, with your partner. You'll see it at work. You'll see it at school. You'll see it with your friends, your neighbors. This whole thing of giving people too much power over you. I know where I've worked in the past, there's been like workplace bullies who run, they're not in leadership. They're just an employee like me, but they try to run the ship and they just bully people. And people just kind of turtle whenever they come around. They're afraid to say anything to them because they just push themselves around and they're bossy. And the one thing I remember saying to one person who was really frustrated about this one particular person was, you're giving them too much power. Like, your fear is feeding them. So stop giving them your fear. Like, you don't have to stand up to them, but just don't take it. Like, report it, bring a manager into the conversation, but just stop. And I did that as well, because this person tried to bully me. And I'm like, I'm just not going to give you the satisfaction of being my pretend boss. You have no authority over me. We're both doing the same role. You've been there longer than me, but that doesn't mean you're my boss. I have more knowledge outside of this company than you've ever had. So I know what I'm doing, and I don't need your supervision and you setting yourself up as the voice of the company when you're not. We have managers and you're not. So I'm not giving you fear or power over me, and I just refuse to do that. So the let them theory really helps you to control the power you give to others and your reaction to that power that you do give away. This frustration and limitation that comes along from giving too much power away, we trust people's opinions way too much. So what's the main structure and content of the book? There are a lot of great stories in this book. The one thing I love about Mel, in her podcast, in her book, she talks to you. She doesn't talk at you, she talks to you. It feels like just the two of you having coffee, sitting there listening to each other and sharing. She's very great at how she presents herself in her podcast, in the book as well. So I think you're really going to enjoy that part of it as well. You're not going to be preached at. You're not going to be talked down to. She's really trying to build you up through this, through some really emotional stories and very real examples from her own life on how she's put this theory into practice. A lot of relatable personal anecdotes are a part of the book. Practical advice, a lot of science as well. Mel doesn't propose to be the expert, but she brings in expert opinions to help substantiate what she's talking about in the book. And a lot of great insights from experts in psychology and neuroscience and relationships. This is really a great approach in this book for readers to help you understand and implement the Let Them philosophy in various aspects of your life. What I love too about the book is just the writing style as well. The book is written in Mel's a no-nonsense style, and the book is designed to be easily digestible and put into practice today, like right now. And her straightforward approach really does seem overly simplistic to some, but there's a depth to this. It might seem easy on the surface, but there's a lot behind the scenes. As you start implementing what you think is simple, becomes quite intricate in your relationships as you put it into practice. The impact and application of the book. The Let Them theory really does help you as a reader to stop wasting energy on uncontrollable factors in your life, to break free from self-doubt and fear, to build stronger relationships, to pursue personal goals with confidence, and to develop resilience against everyday stressors. So there's a few chapters that really stand out so far. I'm in chapter 13 right now, and so far she talks about creating friendships as an adult and why it's so hard as adults when we're over 50, for example, to make new friends. And she gives great suggestions on sitting in a coffee shop, using her phone to capture the names of the people she sees every day at this coffee shop, where she normally just doesn't talk to anybody, goes in, grabs a coffee and leaves. She's like, I'm just going to put myself out there. And just using her phone, making note of people, their names and a little bit about them, so she can come back to the coffee shop next time and anticipate a conversation with these new friends. So building friendships, why it's so hard as adults. She talks a lot about comparison and how we battle comparing ourselves to others. So whether you're an author, whether you are a creator, a musician, just that fear of criticism and feeling like somebody's always better than you. And how do you deal with that? So chapters like that are very applicable. This is a book I really think you're going to read more than once or listen to more than once, because there's so much in it that if you just listen to it once or read it once, I don't think you're going to get the full depth of what Mel's trying to put out into the world through this book. So I'm encouraging you to buy the book or get the audiobook and read it and listen to it multiple times, because you're going to get something new out of it each time you do that. The Let Them Theory is a valuable addition to any self-help journey that you might be on. It does offer a simple yet potentially life-changing tool for personal empowerment. And Mel, her engaging writing style combined with her practical approach and scientific backing makes this book accessible and transformative for a wide audience. It's not just written for women. It's not just written for men. It's not just written for adults. It's not just written for kids. She's got some great tools and also resources at the end of the book to help you as well, to apply it to different situations. The Let Them Theory is a great tool on your journey of improvement and understanding who you are and how you show up in this world. So my encouragement for you as you start this new year, as you mend and repair, rebuild, and start new relationships in 2025, that you use this book as a tool and a resource to help you be better, to help you show up better, to help you deal with those inner critics and those things that you battle that nobody knows about. This book is going to throw a light on those. It's going to help you navigate those things, and it's really going to help you to show up and put yourselves into a new light in 2025. So my encouragement for you to go check out Mel Robbins' book, The Let Them Theory. And again, listen to the audiobook. You can do other things while you listen. You might have to rewind a few times because she'll say something. You're like, wait, what was that? You might want to listen to it more than once. My encouragement to you is to listen to it often. Listen to it in chunks. Just take a chapter, take half a chapter, whatever, and just let it soak in. Grab a coffee, put the earphones on, go find a quiet place, and just let Mel speak to you in a very personal way. She's excellent at that. She's a great example on how to build a connection with your audience. So listen to the book, buy the book, and let her read it to you. There's another option. Find a way to create space for yourself. I want you to be selfish in 2025 as we start this new year, to find time for yourself and to be a better you, for yourself, for your family, for your relationships. And let this book be a tool for you on your journey forward in 2025. Thank you for being part of the podcast. Thank you for listening in 2024 and in the past. Great episodes coming up this year on Living the Next Chapter. And I'm always looking for great authors to come on. If there's an author that you love, that you want me to reach out to, let me know. I will use your request to have them on the show, to reach out to them and say, this listener would love to have you on Living Next Chapter to talk about your book. It really does open the door to more authors coming on the podcast if you recommend them. So please, you can go to livingthenextchapter.com. There's a SpeakPipe link. You can leave me a message. I'd love to hear your feedback on the show, how we can make it better, what other authors you'd like to hear from, what other topics we can cover on the show. Having your input to the show would mean a lot to me. So livingthenextchapter.com has our SpeakPipe, has our Buy Me a Coffee. However we can connect, I would love to spend time with you and meet you as a listener. It really means a lot to me that you press play and you're still here. So thank you for doing that. This year is the year you're going to let them. You're going to let those things just happen, and you're going to let go of the control of the situation. It's amazing when you put these things into practice. And I want you to buy the book, get the audiobook, and then I want you to talk about this with somebody you love and trust. Have them also listen and read the book so that you can sit down together and have a conversation on how you can be better and be accountable to someone else in your life in 2025. This is the year you're going to let them. And I'm excited to hear your story. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. We'll talk soon here in 2025. Happy New Year.